you can see her, raise your hand. If you can see her, raise your hand. Are awesome. If you're excited, give me a thumbs up. If you're super excited, thumbs up. I know I'm super, super excited. As you can see, my kids and I, we even made a giraffe in the background.
Oh, awesome. Well, good morning, boys and girls. I hope everybody's doing well. My name is Kristen. I'm going to go ahead and flip this camera around. Just bear with me for a moment. And we're going to show you how we let the giraffes into our feeder yard. All right. Can everybody hear us okay? Hopefully so. This here is Chelsea, and we have Sammy here. And let's go ahead and we're going to go release the giraffes into the feeder yard here. And Sammy, would you be more than happy to just give us a little bit of idea on how we're doing this?
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can see Jen all the way down there.
Perfect.
She's calling to let us know that she's about to let our giraffe into our feeder yard area. That's what we call this area that we're standing in today. So you guys can see the giraffe making her way in right now. So today we're going to have 5 of our male giraffes right in here. So the giraffe that's coming out first, straight ahead, right at you guys, that is going to be Cupid. He's 15 years old. The giraffe next to him is going to be Mosey. Mosey there is 8. He's the youngest one that we have in the feeding yard right now. And then going over, it seems like he's heading off to the side area. That's going to be Bobby. He's 16. And then we have the 2 that are slowly making their way up here. That's going to be Bakari and Tombo. And Bakari there is 9 years old and Tombo is 8. So you guys can see that Cupid here is joining us first, and he's munching on some acacia. Now that's the type of tree that he's munching on, and that's going to be one of their main source of diet. That's actually what we call browse, which just means leaves, sticks, twigs, things like that. And you guys can see that Mosey here is joining us as well. Looks like he's getting in on that tree action right there. They really do love this browse, and it's extra great for us. This type of acacia that we have is actually an invasive species. So that means it's actually not from Florida. So it came over to Florida, it started to grow like crazy, and it just so happens that it's perfect for the giraffe. It's absolutely healthy for them. So it really helps us out that we're able to cut that down and feed it to them as well. So we're twofold for all of us here.
Thank you so much for that. So boys and girls, we hope that you're really excited because this is the first time that our classes have been able to see the giraffes get released into the yard. So I do want to also mention too that we are practicing social distancing here. And Chelsea, who is one of our educators, she mentioned she had the best analogy to go ahead and tell us about our social distancing. So Chelsea, how would you explain how we're practicing social distancing here?
Yeah, so as everyone knows, that social distancing, the safe one is to be about 6 feet apart. And that's actually about as tall as a newborn baby giraffe is. So if you think about a little baby giraffe, that's about 6 feet. So you should be as far away as a baby giraffe from another person nowadays. Now, obviously, these guys are not 6 feet anymore. Female giraffes, they get an average of 14 feet tall, and males, they get an average of 18 feet tall.
Thank you so much. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to tell you a little bit about our giraffes here. Let me just go ahead and see how everybody's doing. It looks like we still have full video. So Chelsea, I know that we watched the video that the boys and girls watched yesterday. So let's go ahead and touch on some keeper facts. And Sammy, would you mind also, before we get into that, what exactly does a giraffe keeper do?
So, of course, like simply, they care for all these giraffes. So at Lion Country, we have 18 giraffes. You guys are only looking at 5. There are 13 more of them. So in the morning, we have a giant meeting. All the wildlife staff gets together. We talk about all the different things we're going to do with our animals for the day. Then we get started. So we grab what we call their grain. So it's like pellets that we give these guys. They get about 100 pounds of pellets the entire day. So we split it up AM and PM for them. So we usually go out in the preserve first, and we let those 13 giraffes out to the preserve. So if you guys ever come back to Lion Country, we're all ready and open when you're driving through. Those are the giraffes that you see out there. So before we let those guys up, we'll set up their browse. We'll set up different
different things for them to do, their hay, their enrichment. You guys can probably see we have this little ball set up right here. It actually has some different snacks in there, some different types of browse. So they stick their tongue in, they can grab the good stuff out of there. We also have one set up right here, which they'll probably check out after they munch on this browse. So we set all that stuff up. We let those 13 giraffes out into the preserve. Then we come back over to our feeding yard. We set this all up and we let these guys out in here. Then we clean all of our pens. So that's going to be our night areas and make sure they're all set and ready to go for the giraffe to move in later at night. And then throughout the day, we're really just observing these guys. So we have to make sure that everyone is walking well, looking healthy. We can collect fecals. Sounds a little bit gross, but one of the best ways to check a giraffe's health is actually to collect their fecal. We turn it into our veterinarian. They run all these tests to make sure that these guys are staying nice and healthy. And we can also do training with these guys for vaccines. If they have some different type of medicine they need, we can do syringe training right there into their mouth. So that means we have them open up their tongue and we can give them their medicine that way. We can also do different hoof trimming with them as well. And then we can also do some fun training. So we have these guys trained for head up, to lift their feet up, to do some fun behaviors as well. Thank you so much, Sammy. So boys and girls, I know it's a little windy on this platform. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in so you can get an up-close personal feel of our giraffes here. I'm going to actually have Sammy and Chelsea stop talking just because they're going to get, I think the wind is going to drown them out. But I just wanted you just to take a look how cool this is. So you can see that they're using that tongue there to grab the leaves. And I know that one of the questions came in is their tongue really dark? And it actually is. And one of the reasons for that is it helps protect their tongue from the sun. And if you take a look over here, they actually knocked one of their browse leaves down. That's what we were laughing about earlier. And then this is the enrichment that Sammy was talking about here. This enrichment is going to allow them to use their brain in order to get the food out. So what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to think about how they're going to get the food out of those holes there. And they're going to do that by using their tongue. See, this one is going to lean down here, pick up the carrots. Now, Sammy, which giraffe is this one right here?
That's Bakari.
Bakari. Bakari's stealing the show right now. All right. So, Miss White, I know we wanted to go ahead and answer some questions. What else would you like us to cover today for you?
They actually have some really great questions. If it's okay with you, can they raise your hand and ask the questions to you?
Absolutely. So let's go. Oh, I see. Okay. So let me just see how I can keep this one over here.
And I'll call on them so that I see so many hands raised.
Go ahead. Why don't you just go ahead and call on the students, and that's perfectly fine. That way I'll keep them in the giraffe for you.
Perfect. All right, Emma, go ahead and ask your question.
Do you have different types of giraffes or just one type?
That is a great question. Miss Chelsea, would you like to help answer that question?
Sure. So we have a few different species of giraffes.
You just got to speak a little loud just because of the wind.
So we actually have a few different species of giraffes. In the wild, right now, they commonly say that there's 4 different types of giraffes. So there's the northern, the southern, the reticulated, and the Maasai. So we have a few different types in our herd, or tower. This is my child group of giraffes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right. Lauren? Lauren, you can ask your question, honey.
About how much food does an average giraffe eat in a day?
All right, Sammy, do you want to answer that one for us?
Yeah, so they'll eat about 75 pounds of food in one day. So they get a lot of browse, they get grain, hay, and then they get some produce too as well. And that gives them that full, complete diet there.
It's a lot
It's
of
like
food.
they eat half of me every day, guys. Half of me on a good day. All right, next question. Michael, go ahead.
How does a giraffe get thirsty?
How do they, you want to know if they get thirsty and how do they drink? So do they drink a lot, Chelsea, in the wild? And if they do, how much do they drink?
So giraffes, as you can see, they're really tall, so it's kind of awkward for them to try and reach down and get water. So because of that, they can drink up to 30 gallons of water at one time, and that's to help keep that water in their bellies so they don't have to keep bending down and drinking the water. So usually, just like we get thirsty, maybe we eat a lot of food that has a lot of salt in it, and then you get really thirsty after. Like if you eat a lot of crackers, or in my case, I love peanut butter, you get really thirsty after. Same thing with the giraffes. After a while, that food that they eat creates something in their body that tells them, hey, we need water in order to help us digest our food, and that's how they go ahead and get that drink. Great question.
Chelsea, I actually have a question for you that just came through from one of our friends at the school district, and they want to know, what mammal characteristics do giraffes have?
Awesome. So mammals are a very big class in the whole classification scheme. So what makes a mammal a mammal? They have fur, hair. Like everyone, can you find your hair on your head? Yeah? So we have hair. They also produce milk to feed their young. And for giraffes, they do give live birth. However, not all mammals give live birth. There are a few exceptions. And they also have 3 ear bones in their middle ear. That helps them hear very well. Giraffes, they're kind of oddball animals, but when you classify animals, you're looking for animals that have similar characteristics. And that's how you group them together into their different groups. So I know it said giraffes look kind of awkward, but they actually have a very close relative called the okapi in the wild. It's a really weird looking animal. It's dark brown. The back legs are kind of zebra striped. But it's a giraffe's closest living relative, and that's because they have a very long purple tongue too, just like the giraffes. And they also have fur-covered horns called ossicones, which if you look at the giraffes right here, you can see that on the top of their head. Those are their ossicones. So those are only 2 animals. Yeah, so I know you guys had questions about giraffe spots. Why are they spotted? So in the wild, that spot pattern actually helps them camouflage. It helps break up their pattern in the trees. Also, each giraffe has a very unique spot pattern. That's actually how Sammy can tell them apart. She knows the different spot patterns, and just like our thumbprints are unique to us, their spot patterns are unique to the individual. So Sammy, this giraffe right here, can you spot some spot patterns on that lets you know what giraffe that is?
Well, I can tell that this right here is Bobby from those spots, especially from the front. If you look at Bobby straight on, it's almost a straight down pattern. And I can also tell that that guy right there is Bobby because he's the tallest giraffe in our feeding area.
Do we have any other questions for our students?
Yes, Kalon, go ahead and ask your question, honey.
Why are giraffes so tall?
Oh, awesome. Sammy, go ahead.
Yeah, so like we said earlier, their main diet is the browse, so those leaves, those sticks, those twigs. Since they're so tall, it allows them to pick up those branches and leaves that are nice and high. So shorter animals, like let's say your zebra or other types of animals out there, if they're eating browse, they can only pick what's right in front of them because they're so short. But the giraffe are so tall, they can reach up high, and then they can also reach lower as well. So it just provides them a way to pick the absolute best things to eat.
Can you do another question? We'll do Olivia. Go ahead.
Could people ride on giraffes like they could on camels?
You stole my question. You stole my question, Olivia.
Yeah, they do not make good pets. One, they are very tall. They're not going to fit in your house. Even if you have a 2-story house, not a good idea. They need plenty of room to roam around in wide open spaces. They are not domesticated. They are wild animals. And even though they're pretty peaceful and they're pretty calm, they spook very easily. A well-placed kick from a giraffe can actually do a lot of damage to a lion. So think about what that could do to us. So it's not a good idea to ride a giraffe, even with a step ladder to climb up on their back. Not a good idea.
Did we end up talking about any of the SSPs with our giraffes? Because I know that they're vulnerable. So do we want to answer some of those types of questions?
Yeah. So Sammy here actually does work with a lot of the giraffes and also painting with the giraffes as well. So Sammy, do you want to tell us about how you teach them the paint and how we use that for conservation?
Yeah, so we talked a little bit earlier about their tongues. You can actually see it really easily if you're watching these guys munching. Their tongue is what we call prehensile. So they can grip and grab like fingers can. So the same way your finger can go like this and grab onto little things, the same thing these giraffes can do. So what we did was we took a paintbrush and made it feel more like a tree branch, and they grab hold of it the same way. So in tiny little steps, first we taught them to look at the paintbrush, hold the paintbrush, bring the paintbrush to the canvas. Then we put some paint on the paintbrush for them, and they actually create some really cool works of art. And what's extra special is that these giraffes can see in color. So they can see the different colors when they're going on there. So it's really a great thing for them to do. And then we take those paintings and we sell them to guests, and we sell different experiences as well where people can watch the giraffe paint. And half the proceeds from all that stuff goes to giraffe conservation. And that's super important because these guys are awesome. That's why we're all here, right? Well, we love these guys very much here, but unfortunately out there in Africa, they're facing a little bit of a harder time. So every year, their numbers are getting a little bit lower and lower. So we want to try to help them out the best way we can. So we donate half that money over to the Giraffe Conservation Foundation, and they go out there, they study giraffe, they do a lot of research, and they also help move giraffe around. That way giraffes can reach each other to start more giraffe families and get those numbers nice and high. So we're really lucky that we get to donate to them and help out the wild counterparts that are out there in Africa. So these guys really help us out by helping out those other giraffes as well.
Awesome. I will actually, why don't we go ahead and do a quick shot over some of the paintings that our giraffe has done. So those are some of our famous paintings. And Miss White will be happy to take any more questions if the kids have any more about the giraffes. And
Any more questions, guys?
If they want to, they're more than welcome to email us too. I will send over my email to you. That way, if they have any questions that pop up later on, we'll be happy to answer those as well.
Oh, perfect. They do have a couple more, so I'm going to call a couple more friends. Let's do Alexandra. Saw your hand up a while ago. So, Alexandra?
How do you train the giraffe?
Well, I train them in tiny, tiny little steps. So let's say we wanted to teach a giraffe to stick their head all the way up in the air. So what I can do is I have what we call a target pole. It's a big, long pole. Sorry, they're really getting into this browse over here.
They're breaking up the trees over here. Yeah. We'll show you that in a minute.
So they have this big, long pole, and at the very tip, it has a bright orange color. So first, I just teach the giraffe to touch their nose to it. Every time he touches its nose to it, I give him a reward. So he's like, oh, okay, I have to touch my nose to it. So then I can hold it up a little bit higher every time I show it to him. And then at that point, his head is all the way up there, and I give him a giant reward. It's what we call a jackpot. So I could give him whole bananas, a bunch of sweet potatoes, a lot of cool stuff. And then they're like, I think that's what she wants. So then I can stick my hand up in the air, and that giraffe will be like, oh, okay, head all the way up. And just like that, we trained a head-up behavior. So we do it in tiny little baby steps. That way they can get the full picture later on. But it does take a decent amount of time to get them to learn something new.
Good morning, everyone. Can everyone hear me? This is Mrs. Haynes. I'm the Central Regional Superintendent, and I am so thrilled to have the opportunity to participate in today's virtual field trip at the Lion Country Safari. I want to thank you, our Lion Country Safari, for offering this opportunity for our friends at Elbridge Gale, and also Miss White, our Teacher of the Year, for having this opportunity for our students. So I really enjoyed learning so much about giraffes, and I look forward to seeing a lot more of our students participate in these amazing opportunities. So thank you. I do need to step out shortly to go to step into another meeting, but I wanted to make sure that at minimum, I visit some of the work that you guys are doing virtually. So I really appreciate you. And
Thank you so much.
And students in Elbridge Gale, woo, are you the lucky ones, huh?
They're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. Like,
so, thank you,
Valley yesterday. They're great.
Awesome. Thank you so much for all you do.
Thank you for
All right, boys and girls, stay safe.
All right, friends. So I do have, so what we did, they generated all the questions for me yesterday. So I put them up. I'll be emailing the questions to you guys. They're working on STEM projects as well. So my kids made our life-size, well, in our house, life-size giraffe. And so our students will be making projects, and we'll be sharing it with you guys as well. So you guys can kind of see that they're making songs and dances, all kinds of things to express their giraffe knowledge.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, we have 18 giraffe here at Lion Country Safari. We actually had celebrated a birthday yesterday. One of our giraffes turned 2 years old. So we have amazing keepers here at the park, and they have so much passion. And this is one thing this is why we love doing this. We love being able to talk to the students, and we love being able to enrich the next generations, because one day we're going to need you all here to help us with conservation. And this here is Cupid. He's one of our main feeder giraffes. He was actually born on Valentine's Day, and he's always the boldest one, the most friendly one that you see. Stealing the show. Are there any last minute questions?
Any last questions, friends? All right, Jalen, go ahead. You haven't asked the question. Go ahead, Jalen.
How many baby giraffes do you have in Lion Country Safari?
How many baby giraffes do we have? Chelsea, would you like to answer that question? Because some of our babies have been growing up a little bit here.
Yeah, so our youngest one is the one that we were talking about, or that Kristen just mentioned. Her name's Amanzi. She's 2 years old. So she's the one that had the birthday yesterday. She was born in a rainstorm. That's how she got her name, Amanzi. It's Swahili for water or rain. So she's 2. She's our youngest. The other ones, they're a little bit older. They're now reaching their, I guess you can say, teenage stations.
Now, boys and girls, I do also want to let you know, I know the wind is picked up here. Let me back up here. I also want to let you know that the giraffes, we rotate our feeder giraffes. So most of the giraffes you'll actually see out in the safari, but we wanted to bring these all-stars here to meet with you all today, because these are the ones that you might be seeing when you come back out for a field trip and you might be feeding them. We also have this big cypress head. You guys check out that wooded area in the back. We open those gates up, so those giraffes are able to kind of hang out there. They're able to browse around that area, and that's one of their favorite things. But today, I have to tell you, it's very funny. They were all lined up at the gate to come in this morning to be able to meet with you all. Usually they like to stay out in that safer head, but they were very eager to get here this morning to meet all of your students and to be able to munch on some awesome enrichments that we have. You can even see how they stripped that down so quickly.
Wow. So do you put new ones out obviously every day, right? Because they go through them so quickly.
Oh yes, absolutely. Our keepers, Sammy can tell you a little bit about that, but our keepers will actually, they put different types of enrichment around the safari area for them. So they have to go to different spots, and it just helps them. We like to create very natural habitats here. And that's one beauty with Lion Country Safaris. We have such wide open spaces, so the animals are able to act like they would in the wild. And you do. We put up lots of different enrichments and stuff, right, Sammy?
Yeah, we definitely do. So for the browse, this is just their morning browse. They're going to get at least 2 more times a day a lot of browse. So they really get a lot of great stuff. And it's not always acacia. They can have a lot of different things. Acacia just happens to be their absolute favorite. And as you can see, they super love it. And if you guys are watching Bakari here, he's actually stripping the tree of its bark. So not many people know this, but not only do they eat the leaves, they'll strip the tree completely of its bark as well. And that really helps them out with that. That's where that tensile ability really comes in. So not only will they eat the leaves, they'll strip the tree of its bark. And once they strip it, you can pretty much run your hand right down it. It is completely smooth. So these guys use almost all parts of this branch here.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, thank you. I do have the we have, but we will email them because they have like a long list of like
That's
30
totally
questions.
fine. They're more than welcome to email us over any questions. If they want, do we want to have them sent to my email or do we want to have it sent to EdReg, Chelsea?
Send it to EdReg, that way we get a lot
You want to spell that out for us?
Yeah, sure. So you guys can send it to EdReg, that's EDREG at LionCountrySafari.com. We'd be happy to answer all of your questions for you guys.
All right, thank you guys so very much. Ms. Swiner, thank you so much for like setting this up for us. It's an amazing opportunity. The kids are so excited all week. They even woke up early. This is early for us.
Thank
So
you all for giving us the opportunity to talk about our animals. We love our animals so much. So thank you all. You guys were such a wonderful class too. And I have to say that we love even getting on and looking at the videos that you set up for your students. So we're very excited and we hope that we'll be able to see you out on the safari soon.
Yeah, we hope so. Hey guys.
Thank you all so much. We're so happy that you guys were here today. Thank you.
Yes, thank you guys. Let's give a thank you wave, a thank you wave, thank you wave, thank you wave. Thank you dance, thank you dance, thank you dance. Okay.
All right, bye boys and girls. Have a wonderful day.
All right, thank you.